All right. FX has given us a first look of Alien Earth. Let's check it out. On set is
Alien Earth is the story of a Weyland-Yutani ship collecting species from around the galaxy that crashes on the planet Earth. But it crashes on the property of a different corporation, the Prodigy Corporation, which is run by a billionaire named Boy Cavalier, who is trying to create the first transhuman hybrid.
You're going to be the first person to transition from a human body to a synthetic. What makes them geniuses is the fact that they're children.
This ship finds something on a faraway moon. Monsters.
No, set this one on Earth, so the stakes are high. If the Xenomorph gets free, it's a much bigger problem.
All of the creatures, they're this mix of sci-fi and horror.
When aliens come to our planet, we realize they're really the thing of nightmares, which we're going to get people.
This is really good, suspenseful horror storytelling. It's going to be a thrill ride. Noah's basically gone, how far can I push this?
The eyeball alien.
Feel the fear, horror that we all felt when we watched those amazing original films.
Are there going to be dead bodies?
Don't think about that.
The hero is a character named Wendy, a 12-year-old girl who finds herself in a synthetic adult body. She's been separated from her family as part of the secret project that the Prodigy Corporation has done.
There you are. With Wendy, you start out with a feeling of innocence, and you see cracks begin to form in what she thinks is a safe and beautiful world that she's been given. And what she does with that, what fight she decides to take up, and which one she decides to leave behind. And God forbid you try and stand in her way.
Wendy has a brother out there, a human brother, and she's determined and desperate to save him.
I found you.
This Weyland-Yutani spaceship has crashed into a Prodigy building. I'm part of a team that responds to the crisis.
It turns out it's not just a rescue mission, that this is actually a very dangerous ship filled with these hostile creatures, and they go in unprepared for that.
What I find interesting, particularly about a show that's called Alien, if this thing over here is an alien, what does it mean to be human? The closer you sort of zoom into that question, the more complicated it becomes, particularly in a world in which we're now able to create intelligence that's artificial.
You want to see a magic trick?
Yeah.
We have combined this story of humanity facing this existential threat, both from biological monsters and from synthetic artificial intelligence, which always raises the question, does humanity deserve to survive?
I want what's on that ship.
This show, really, it's a character study. What does the pressure of having not just one alien, quite a few, what does that do to them as human beings? How do they behave?
Brother, come on. Can't leave us like this. I'm not your brother.
The show is huge, and it's going to be something people are going to have to really sink their teeth into. This strange, exciting, and scary world.
I want the audience to feel everything, dreading what's going to come around the corner, hair rising up on the back of their neck.
You want to give the audience that feeling they got from the original Alien. When you go to bed afterwards, it's very hard to sleep.
Cybernetics going on. I wonder if we're going to see that Boy Cavalier, this allegorically named, totally on the head, Mark Zuckerberg looking dude, orchestrated this crash of this Weyland-Yutani ship somehow to get it to crash into Prodigy City so he could steal all of their stuff that they've been collecting. It's possible. He might be playing this Paul Reiser type of villain. Who knows? But if Prodigy is altered carboning everybody and putting them in new sleeves, that means that Prodigy is a very powerful competitor to Weyland-Yutani. And perhaps Weyland-Yutani is going to be the underdog in whatever political military maneuverings that we're going to see going on in the show. Because I think a large portion of the plot to this is going to be the megacorps fighting one another in a very cyberpunk type of setting with the traditional alien horror thrown on top of that. That's going to make for a damn good show. I'm looking forward to seeing this. We're going to get some type of adventure with Wendy. Question is, who's her Peter Pan going to be? I imagine maybe her brother, and they'll go through some type of hero's journey. Will she ultimately be the one to give Weyland-Yutani the edge over Prodigy? She'll have some type of grudge against them for creating her new body. Why are they picking 12-year-olds? That's very bizarre. That's maybe only kids can transfer or something like that. Adult minds can't transfer perhaps into new sleeves. So there we have him. He is there, bright in the center of the shot. I wonder how they're going to make him imposing enough of a threat to Earth and to getting out, even though we know that's not going to happen because this predates Alien by 2 years in the timeline. And maybe that's why there's other types of species, is perhaps some of those will get out and create problems for these megacorps who are jockeying for power. We shall see. Let me know what you think about this first look. I think the show looks pretty good. I'm impressed. Holly and FX have done a fantastic job with the TV budget. So I'm very excited. Comment below. Tell me what you think the major plot line is going to be of this show.